Okay, what is compounding interest? Okay, when a customer opens a new bank account, it is important to find out how interest is computed on the account. Okay, blank interest is interest earned on money deposited plus previous interest. So this is compounding interest.
Is there only one page for that?
It's front and back.
I don't have it.
Okay. I'm sorry. I can't make it warmer. Okay, last section, 3.3, we just did simple interest. And simple interest is just interest only earned on the original principal. Okay, so simple interest doesn't earn interest on your interest. Any questions over that? Okay, annually compounding is once a year. What would twice a year be then?
Semi-annual.
Okay, 4 times a year would be quarterly. And then compounding every day would be daily. If we have time.
We're all here on Monday.
Yes. Okay, the most common form of compounding by banks today is daily compounding. The bank pays interest every day, however, they do not add the interest in every day. They keep a record and then blank the account for the interest earned either monthly or quarterly. Okay, add it to the account. Wait, they keep a record and then add the account for the interest credit, maybe? Yeah, I'll add it in too. Add. That would make more sense. And then add it into the account for the interest earned either monthly or quarterly. Okay. Any questions over that? So we need to know how to find compounded interest. Okay, how much interest would $1,000 earn? Jacob, what's my principal here?
Oh, no. $1,000.
1,000. Brian, what's the rate? And how do we write that as a decimal? Okay, Nick, what would be the time? 1 year. Plug it all in. So our interest is going to equal the principal, which was 1,000, times the rate, which is 0.06, times 1. Is 60?
Yeah.
So I give you 60. They didn't ask you though for the interest, they asked you for the new balance. So you have to take your previous balance of 1,000. Sorry, let's erase that. Our previous balance of 1,000, our principal, and then add the 60 to get our total. Very good, 1,060. Any questions over that? Okay? Okay, so the next one is Maria deposits $1,000 into a savings account that pays 6% interest compounded semi-annually. What is her balance after 1 year? Okay. So if I'm being compounded semi-annually, how often am I going to be? Twice a year. Okay. So at what point is it going to be broken into? I have to break my year into 6 months. Does that make sense? Okay. So every 6 months. Okay, so every 6 months it's going to be compounded. Okay, so what would my time be then? Okay, we don't want to use months. We want to put that in times of years. Okay, so 6 months is what part of a year?
Half a year.
Half a year. So it's going to be 0.5 years. Or if you want to do 1/2, you can. But I would do that. Okay, so we again have our principal of 1,000. We again have our rate of 6%. Okay. We're going to use our interest equals the principal times the rate times the time okay, and that's going to give me 30. Okay, does that make sense? But that's the first time. Okay, we're going to do this again because it's going to do it twice in a year, right? Does that make sense? But now our new principal, let's use a different color. Let's see. Equals the 1,000 plus the 30. So I'm going to have my new principal be 1,030. Does that make sense? I'm going to use that same formula, principal equals rate times time, but my new principal is going to be the principal now. So my interest equals 1,030 times my rate of 0.06 times my time. Again, it's half a year. Any questions over that?
Is this 3.9 or 30.9?
Okay. So $30.90. Do we agree with that? Anyone not agree with that? Okay. She multiplied this all together.
I mean, like,
There's 30? She multiplied this all together. We're just doing the math on our calculators. Okay, so then our total then, I have to take my principal, my new principal of 1,030, and I need to add my new interest of 3090 to get my new total of $1,060.90. Okay, how is that different from example 1 where it just compounded once a year? Well, this was just once a year, and how much interest did I earn on that? $60, right? How much more do I earn here? $60.90, okay? So having compounded twice this year gave me an extra 90 cents, okay, which isn't much for $1,000, but if I had larger amounts and longer periods of time, it would ultimately become more, okay? So having it compounded semi-annually just gave us a little extra help. Any questions over that? Okay? We're going to have 3 months. Okay, well, it's just we're just going to do it, we're compounding it for 3 months. And it was a quarterly compounding. Okay, so our time is going to be the 3 months out of 12 months. Which is 0.25? 0.25. So our time is 0.25. Okay, we're going to use our same numbers. The principal again was 1,000. And the rate again is 6%. Any questions over that? Okay, interest equals 1,000 times 0.06 times 0.25. 15. Okay, if you multiply it all together, you should get $15. Okay, but again, it asks you for the new balance. Was the balance after 3 months? So you have to take the 1,000 and add the 15 to it to get our balance. So it's 1,015. Any questions over that? Okay, next one. Okay, how much does $3,000 earn in 6 months at an interest rate of 4% compounded quarterly? Okay, compounded quarterly is how many times a year?
4.
4 times a year. Okay, so if my time is 6 months, how many times is this going to get compounded in 6 months? Twice. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to do my whole problem twice. Okay, so again, since it's compounded 4 times a year, my t equals 0.25. Since I'm doing this for 6 months, there's going to be 2 interests. And you do the formula 2 times. Okay. So this time I have my principal equals 3,000. Okay. My rate is 0.04. And I already have my time, 0.25. Does that make sense? So this is the first one. So my first quarter, I'm going to use all these numbers here. My interest is going to equal the 3,000 times the 0.04 times the 0.25. Okay, do we agree that it's 30, class? Okay, so that's my interest for 30. It's $30. Okay? Then we have to add that. So now I define a new principal or new balance. Okay, we're going to take the 3,000 and we're going to add the 30. Okay, and that's going to give me 3,030. Okay, so now we have to do the second quarter. We're only doing this how many times? 2, because it's 6 months. But if we're looking for the year, then we'd have to do this 4 times. Yes. Yes, there's 4 times in a year, but we're only doing half a year. That's why there's only 2 quarters I'm dealing with. Yes. No, because I'm going to earn a little bit extra interest on that $30.
Oh.
So it'd be 30 now, times 0.04, and then times the 0.25 again. So now my new interest equals $30.30. So I take that over here. Okay, so my interest on that would be $30.30. So my new balance, what does it say? How much does 6 months added interest rate of compound quarterly? How much does 3,000 earn? Okay, so we want to know how much we've earned then. Very good. We earned $30 and then $30.30. So we earned a total of $60.30 in 6 months. Any questions over that? Okay, next one. Okay, everyone try number 5 on their own. Okay. So the big thing is is the time. 1 day is compounded daily. So it's 1 out of 365. So that's our time. That's what our time equals. We have our principal here, again, which is 1,000. We have our rate, again, which is 0.06. We're going to plug this all into our interest, equals the principal, which is 1,000, times 0.06, and then times 1 over 365. Because we're compounding only for 1 day. If I wanted to know how much money I'd have at the end of the year, I'd have to do this 365 times. No, because that doesn't account for the interest you're earning on the interest. You have to add back in the interest each time. Yes. If you calculate this, there's another formula that we'll learn eventually that's compounding interest. So you don't have to keep doing it 5 times or 365. The 3-4 quiz? I don't know if we'll take a 3-4 quiz, but this will be on your test. Okay, and if you multiply that all together, I got my interest equals 0.16. Okay, so then my balance, my new balance, is me just adding the $1,000 and the 16 cents. So it's $1,000.16 after 1 day. Sorry, that's a 0. You get your glasses back on, please. Thank you.
I can see clearly now.
Any questions over that? Okay, next one. Okay, Jennifer has a bank account that compounds interest daily at a rate of 3.2%. On July 11th, the principal is this amount. She withdraws $200 for a car repair. She receives a $34 check from her health insurance company and deposits it. On July 12th, she deposits her $345.77 paycheck. What is her new balance at the end of the day on July 12th? Super fun, right? Okay, so here's our opening balance here on July 11th. Okay, what did she deposit and what did she withdraw on July 11th? $34, right? And she withdraws $200. Okay, you need to total these out, add this and subtract this to get our principal used to compute our interest. And we should get $1,068.98. Then we're going to find our interest rate, which again, our interest equals the principal of $1,068.98 times our rate of 0.032 times the time. It's compounded daily, so it's 1 out of 365. So we'll multiply that together. $0.09. Okay, and our ending balance, we're just going to add the 9 cents to it and get $1,069 and 07. Yes, I did. Yeah. Any questions over that? Now, July 12th, we have our opening balance, which was $1,069 and 7 cents. $69.07. Okay, then on that day, she deposited $345.77. Okay, she doesn't withdraw anything, it says. So then she's going to have 4, 8, 4, 11, 4, 1. $1,414.84 in her bank account. So that's her new principal. So her new interest is going to equal $1,414.84 times my interest rate, again, is 0.032 times the time, which again is 1 out of 365. Okay, so she's going to get 12 cents. We're going to add those two together and get $1,414.96. Any questions over that? Okay.